I made the worst car in automation nearly 3 years ago. Instead of revising the tiny 1 horsepower engine, I'm going to be building the biggest and worst V16 engine that you could possibly make in the game. Then I'll build the car to see how it drives in BeamNG.drive. Hey guys, it's TRIZE here, and for the pan material of this car, it'll be made out of the heaviest and worst materials in terms of weight and everything else in general. So pan material will be made out of steel, with a ladder type of chassis made out of regular old steel. For the engine placement, good old front longitudinal because it's obvious that it's a front engine vehicle with this modded body. And the suspension, I guess, coils front and as well as the back. And we're going to drop the quality slider down to -15. And for the sandbox tech pool, which is interesting, if I click on this, I believe I can set this to a -9, not a *9, -9, yes, for everything, for the chassis, interior, and everything else in general, which will do it right here. So for the engine, of course, like I said, V16, made a cast iron, no choice, and cranked this bad boy to 120mm each for the bore and stroke, to get it to 21,715 cubic centimeters or 21.7 liters for this engine. And push rods for the heads, also cast iron, drop the quality slider, same thing for the sandbox tech pool for the engine too. And for the variant capacity engine, seeing its version 4.3, upboard this to 123mm to get the true engine size of 22,814 cubic centimeters or 22.8 liters for this engine. And caster, everything for the cast iron crankshaft, and con rods and pistons with a harmonic damper, make it worse. And I guess for the RPM, just right away, set it to 2,000. Just like the original Crapmobile. I think the original Crapmobile version 3 had a RPM of like 3,000 RPM, I think. And some good old single barrel eco carbs, compact intake, crappy ass fuel, low quality. And for the headers, I guess cast. Big because it's going to force more air out of the exhaust, which sometimes reduces power. Baffle mufflers. It don't run. Damn it. Because I do know the key. Let's see. If I make this into a nuclear bomb. Alright, so I got the engine running as of right now, but in BeamNG.drive with this current power curve here, the entire power curve, first of all, has to have the engine be able to be above 1 horsepower for the entire power graph spectrum, but seeing since it drops down to 0 at 1800 RPM, the engine in BeamNG won't run whatsoever because the engine does not do anything at this power band here, thus making the engine break in BeamNG. So what I've been doing is just pretty much back size on the headers, the exhaust, to try to reduce the power as much as possible. Drop the carburetor size, increase the manifold, made the fuel lean. And I believe if I jump up the compression to make it knock, 37 horsepower and a little bit on the power graph, went up to 1900 RPM before it drops to 0. Making some good progress right now. Alright, so what I did for the engine here to get it to this power level of a whopping 27.9 horsepower, 1300 RPM, of a torque rate of 133.8 pounds-feet of torque at 900 RPM. First of all, for the pistons, is that I once had it set to a cast light to try to improve the crankshaft reliability, regardless of the quality sliders, is that selecting to a regular cast reduces power by at least half a horsepower, which is interesting here. I maxed out the springs and lifters and the cam profile as well as the compression to force some knocking, and the high cam profile would lower the torque as well as power because of having too much cam profile. And I did switch this up to a leaded fuel type, regular leaded fuel, because if I use the unleaded fuel, sure, I'm getting 1/10 full horsepower, but it seems like switching it up from a leaded fuel drops it down by 1/10, which obviously made a difference, which is interesting. Now let's give you a listen to this big-ass V16 that can't haul anything. So let's do a pull test right now. Well, damn, that was fast. I guess that's what happens when you have an RPM limit set to 2000 RPM with this new Dyno screen for version 4.3 of automation. And if I were to go try hard on making such a terrible engine, if this were to work in BeamNG, even though this works in automation, I managed to get the horsepower rating to 17.1 horsepower and about 105 pounds-feet of torque with this setup here, but since it doesn't work at BeamNG, I cannot use this engine, but this engine is pretty much here, is to flex on people who are trying to get the biggest sized engine with the least power as possible. Now the drive type, of course, river drive with a manual, let's do 3-speed, make it a little bit more luxurious for this body type, and nice engine, mate. The top speed claims 90 miles an hour for this huge body, huge engine that don't make nothing. I guess 34 miles an hour. For the tires, which are sticking inward, like deep inward up in here, I gotta do some freaking rim offsets. Thank you. Well, first of all, cross-ply, hard long life. Let's do 195s front and back, and really change up the, rim offset. And the brakes, just drum discs. Let's just make it realistic. 320s up front, 280s in the back. Let's do 270s in the back if this were to be a legit production car. The under tray, who needs an under tray when you got a gaping big-ass exhaust pipes? No cooling airflow because why do you need to drive at a very high speed with this big engine anyways? The interior of this car, I guess, drop the back seats and make this a full front bench seat, so 3 seats up front only. And let's just give them a little bit of appreciation. Handmade interior with a luxury AM radio. That's terribly made. The safeties, I guess, steering will be manual recirculating ball, no safety whatsoever, and do this automatically. Thank you very much, as I reduce the quality, do a normal suspension type. And first of all, 1.2 US miles per gallon. Damn, son. We polluting the planet up in here, no matter where you go. And look at the top speed graph. Claims top speed 12.5 miles per hour. Shysters. What if I were to drop the top speed and 11.3 and I guess 2 speed would probably work. So it does make a little bit of power. I guess 25 miles an hour would probably be its limit. But other than else, nothing really needs to be updated, upgraded, or anything else in general. It's just dropping the quality slider, putting whatever I want in here, and then just do it as is, I guess. So first of all, Mr. Engine, how do I scoot you in? I believe it's position Z-axis, or Y-axis. Yeah, get your ass back in your crib, man. Get your ass back in. And I guess use a basic chassis to hide the front of the chassis, and seems good. Now, seeing it's all set and done, I'll probably do some of the body morphs and everything else off camera, seeing that this is a very, very basic car to design. It'll probably take like 15 minutes or something like that, just like my Crapmobile version 3 and the version 2 car made back in my Mr. Jack and Triple Zero days. So I'll come back and have a complete design right here.
45 minutes later.
Alrighty, so it wasn't a 15-20 minute design. I'm guessing 45 minutes of this car here. So with the Crapmobile XL, the XL big-ass version of my Crapmobile cars. So instead of trying to look like the Bugatti T57 with the front as well as the back, so for the front, I got these basic, pretty much run-of-the-mill 1930s big-time luxury car headlights that are connected from the front of the fender up into the grille. Got a gaping-ass grille and a freaking crash test dummy as a radiator cap. That's just in shock and disbelief, just reacting that it's on such a terrible car. I mean, look at him, man. He don't want to be on here anymore. And I continue to design similar to the T57. I got this little colored little bumper trim piece connected from the front of the hood, the windshield, and all the way to the back. And of course got hinges on the door just like the real T57, as well as the back trunk space with a basic handle, fuel cap, and a French license plate because Bugatti is made in France that says slow AF. With these gaping-ass exhaust pipes at each end, a basic brake light, turn indicator, and reverse light to cap off the rear end. So anyways, for the design of this car being all complete, let's prepare to export this car to BeamNG.drive. So despite the big list of problems here, which I'll name them off here rapidly, such as the engines being underpowered for the car's weight, suffering from brake fade, from sportiness, drivability, utility. The engine's reliability is too low to sell, rear brake force is pretty low, short gain reduces the car's top speed, understeering, engine loss power to steer retarded timing, the crankshaft is experiencing high RPM stress, engine cooling factor is very low, quality slider issues, and the reliability gearbox is low due to the excessive gear ratio range. Let's see if the car drives in BeamNG with the Crapmobile XL and the engine called Big Shite. So here we are at the map of industrial site, and as you can see as I spawn in, engine's broken, engine locked up, and the engine in the car cannot drive whatsoever, unfortunately. Well, the engine does quote-unquote work, as the red line's at 2,000 RPM, unlike the 17 horsepower motor, the actual lowest power for a motor, the V16. The red line was pretty much non-existent with that motor. What I do know off of the Crapmobile version 3 with the engine to get this running is that I gotta change the friction values to reduce the chance of the engine breaking apart when you hit the gas, red line, change gears, or just simply letting go of the throttle. So we go into the escape menu here and click on mods, and under mods manager just click on my TRIZE Crapmobile XL car, the one I just exported, and click on unpack to unpack all the files and everything else in general. So if we simply click on Open in Explorer to simply open a File Explorer, so it'll highlight the Crapmobile XL or whatever car that you want to do for this type of stuff like this. So double click on the Crapmobile XL and go into Vehicles folder, and then Crapmobile XL or whatever car you named it. And under the engine, this ENG underscore, this hash code here, these values, double click on the folder and go under the Camzo engine and the hash value here. Normally it's the first one. And if I hit Control F to search for friction, as we can see, it's set to 247.3 whatever, which is the constant friction torque in Newton meters. Let me drop this down to like 100. I don't care about the decimal, so let's do 100, hit Control S to save it, and it should reload right away. So here's the car. Maybe not, so hit Control R to forcefully reset the car, and... ah, there you go. Car works. So if I were to rev it, it doesn't break apart when I redline or I go to throttle. So what if I neutral drop? Wheel spin, so... no problem right there with the engine, so that was a quick fix. So give me a quick drive of this car. Yep, the Crapmobile effect has really kicked in, folks. Over torque risk, what the hell? I can't steer. Now I can. What's up with the over torque risk? Did my car somehow get powerful by doing this? And not only that, I can't steer the damn thing. And not only that, I redlined. I am redlining. Folks, this is what happens when you try to extend the car's rim offset to a ridiculous level to the point where you can't even turn. That is the Crapmobile experience, my friends. So did the engine somehow get powerful, or did the torque value, like the torque, you know, like limit is set to a low value compared to how I set it in automation to the point where the car was about to break? Oh no, look! 54 brake horsepower, torque, 241 pounds-feet of torque. So are you saying that reducing the friction values reduces, reduce the friction values, increases horsepower and everything else in general? Let's do 150. Controller to reset, and 54 down to 45. Okay, this is interesting. I don't think this happened with the Crapmobile V3. Did it or no? So how does this car drive? I can't steer. Oh my god, you can't even steer this damn car! Okay, so the key is to barely turn the steering wheel. If you turn too much, the tire... yeah, it starts to lock up. Okay then. So, let's do a time trial run to see its true performance of this terrible ass car. So staying at the map here for my time trial run, what I got loaded here is the sprint mixed circuit, and we're doing 2 laps starting from the line right here. So let's get things started here in 3, 2, 1, go, as the engine pretty much stalled out as soon as I hit the gas pedal. First gear we go. Can you upshift, or should I do it myself? There. And seeing, hold on a minute, seeing that I'm redlining this quickly, I think I have a chance. Probably I'll go back into automation and, damn, improve the top speed and make the car perform better. Don't go there, man. What the hell? Made in China. Yo! Are you... Holy crap, are you kidding me? This car can't go up a simple ass hill. It just like yeeted around, just like, nope, not today. What if I approach at a higher speed? If not, I'll just go back to automation off camera and improve its top speed from there. Okay, round 2. See, I'm trying to turn right. I made up the hill, but it just throws itself away. It just like does a quick ass U-turn, and it just like, it doesn't want to go up the hill whatsoever. It's like the car is taking me to a different place. So let me improve its top speed and automation real quick. Alright, round 2 with this car. So I did tweak the top speed of this car to 50 miles an hour. I kept it at a 2-speed. So as we can see here, first gear is way taller up until 20, should upshift, so around 26 miles an hour it should upshift, but we stalled the bitch. But will it have enough oomph to get it up the hill? If not, then my ignorant ass needs to change courses. Even at a standstill, look at that, even at a standstill. You saw that, at a standstill, the car doesn't want to go up the hill. And barely. And made it across finally. Nice. So that took a while. We're over the 5-minute mark in the second gear. That was a near miss. And turn right, please. Turn right at the nearest exit. Not to the trees. Not to the trees, please. And coming up to the start and finish line. I forgot this is my second lap. Now this is my second lap. I got another lap to do. That's a 6:30 something. I guess it's gonna be the same thing for the next lap. Just wait and see. So instead of conquering a hill right away, let's try to find a... No, it just forcefully keeps me to the left. I'm trying to keep right to try to, like, line myself up with the hill and back up to, like, right around, like, this spot here. Like, back up and try to get the most amount of speed to climb the hill and continue on with the course, like what I did for the past 3 or 4 minutes off camera till I finally got up the damn hill. Look, I'm turning left. Look at it, straight in the goddamn mud. I'm not even turning the wheel whatsoever, and it does that. If I have to, I'll probably just do it again, but with 1 lap. Just 1 lap off camera. Because this is pretty damn ridiculous. I just killed the damn engine. Let's do 1 lap instead. So after 1 lap, a much better time of a 3 minutes, 43 seconds, let's see the milliseconds, 655 milliseconds. I should have done 1 lap to begin with, so free roam we go. Crash this out, high clutch temperature. Wow, it survived. Wow, it survived. Fence. You're very welcome. So anyways, for the final part of the video, let's drop this bad boy down to a big-ass RAM called Car Jump Arena 2023, which is a paid mod made by the same mod author responsible for the original Car Jump Arena map. So, spawn you in at the top of the ramp right now. So here we're at the top of the ramp, so we got a 3 light, a 4 light, and a 5 light. Now it's a 5 light, so we're going to start in green. Whoopsie daisies, here's the car. Slowly approaching the freaking ramp. So here we go into first gear, into second gear, and top speed we go. You know, let's get top speed run for the heck of it. What I meant is a 0 to 62 test. So 0 to 62 with the Crapmobile XL in 62 in 15.91 seconds at 482.73 feet of valve train damage. The engine broke! The engine broke. Airspeed we got is 132 miles an hour, and slow this down. We're gonna be at, the 10 mark of, what, 200 meters? No, not even close, so 100 meters. So we freaking landed at 110 meters. That is pretty sad. So real time we go. There goes the front of the car. Whoopsie daisies, how do I... Landed under wheels! 172 miles an hour. Ignore the freaking speedometer. Into sand. Into water. Oh no. Damn, that's the first time I actually seen the freaking, like, cinematic camera, the crash cam, go, like, angle at the pool, the bed of the pool, the bottom of it. So look at the aftermath destruction of the vehicle. The car is semi-recognizable, but not really. With that collision at over 140 miles an hour. Hello, Mr. Tire. Can I stop you? Gotcha. Listen to me now, buddy. So the saying, the car is semi-recognizable and unrecognizable with a sharp triangular polygon ready to strike. Like, look at this. I'm dead. So the car is hella totaled. The lights do work. And everything else of the car is completely mangled up with the steel body, chassis, and everything else in general. So with the Crapmobile XL, it's definitely way worse than the Crapmobile V3. This car is all glitchy with how it refuses to turn left or right, and it houses one of the worst engines from automation to BeamNG. Well, I had to do some file editing to make this engine work. I managed to gain a bit of power doing so. However, with this little jump in power, it didn't make a difference in making this janky car any better. So that'll do it with automation and BeamNG.drive. And for those who are interested in this type of content, please be sure to like and subscribe so you won't miss out on any videos like this in the future. So this is TRIZE Rising Up, and signing out.